What is up, everybody? It's Dr. Vibe here. What is up, everybody? It's Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe show, the home of epic conversations. And I'm the host of Epic Conversations.
Something's got to separate you from the rest. So you got to be willing to do whatever.
In my experience, black men have struggles like having community with each other.
But she represents the mammy stereotype.
Now that was epic. I needed that. What is up, everybody? It's Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe show, the home of Epic Conversations, and I'm the host of Epic Conversations, 2018 Innovation Award winner, 2020 Best Podcast News Award winner given out by the Canadian Ethnic Media Association. I also co-host and co-produce the only online show in the world for dads, fathers, and male caregivers that's sponsored by Dove Men Plus Care, and we've reached out directly and indirectly to over 400,000 dads, fathers, and male caregivers around the world. And as you can see, you're hanging with Dr. Vibe. Ha ha! You are hanging with Dr. Vibe. Yes, a new little opportunity I'm trying out on a new platform. Not saying I'm leaving my old platform, but I said if I'm going to start a new platform, start a new show. Makes sense? And start off with great people. LaLa's in the house. What is up, LaLa?
The sky, the beautiful, beautiful sky. I'm glad to be here.
Well, that's cool. I'm glad to see that you're glad to be here. 100%. What's been going on in your world today?
Busy. It's been, you know how you have your day planned, but then you get up and it was kind of wonky and you had to change it. I had to change a little bit of things around, but I still got a lot done. You know, I take 7 to 10 mile walks every day, and I usually do that first thing in the morning after having breakfast. And it was unexpected rain, so I ended up playing my guitar, practicing my vocals, and doing all that. But then finally being able to get out of the sunshine when it went away.
Okay, so people, bear with us because we're running a new platform, and I just see that the background isn't proper. Like the overlay should be proper. It's not fully covering here, and I'm going, So I'm going to see if my producer can fix that in some way in real time, if he can. LaLa, it's summertime. Well, maybe finally where I am, it's summertime. I don't know. There we go. That's better. That's good. So summertime? What would you want?
It's my favorite time. Summer is my favorite season. It always has been. I just love the weather, the heat, the
Okay, hold on a second. What did you eat? Because you just so it must have been good.
I did. Actually, I got the hiccups. I made homemade chili. I can eat that all year round. I don't care if it's summer, winter, fall, spring. I'm going to fix my chili. There is always chili in my house every week.
Nice. So what's in the chili?
It's a secret ingredient that someone taught me about 5 or 6 years ago. So I fixed my chili. I'm also from the country, so this isn't the traditional old school chili that I fix, but I put my beans, several different types of beans. I put, I like a little bit of cayenne pepper in now. I have definitely like tomatoes and the chili powder and lots of garlic. Oh, I'm a garlic and onion girl. But my secret ingredient is zucchini.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, so before we go any further, there are some people watching on YouTube. Don't be afraid. Type in the chat. Say hello. We'd love to chat with you. Or as chat with you, not chat at you.
Right.
So don't be afraid. And this is free-flowing conversation. So I have taken an initiative to start a new show where I just hang out. Sometimes it's myself, sometimes it's other people, and whatever you guys want to chat about, we chat about. Like I said, whatever comes to my alleged mind, I'm going to chat with LaLa about. But chili,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So now here's the thing. What is up, Alice? Look who's in the house. Bam. Do you know that person?
I do not.
Oh, come on.
I don't know the last name.
You know the first name, though.
Is it Dr. Alicia?
No, not that's the Dr. Alicia we spoke with yesterday.
Oh, you call her Dr. Foley Chat GPT, so I wasn't ready.
Foley.
Hi, Alicia. I get it now. I get it. See, you get a nickname around here, girl. And it's it.
You know what? I'm gonna say hello to her. She's probably just laughing her head off. So okay, so people who don't know, well, if you know a little about me, I work with a lot of wonderful students for
Mhm.
like a periods of time, and there's actually a student that's producing this, Matt, who's helping me navigate this new platform. Look at that. Matt Duffy says the new site looks good. That's what I want to
Nice.
hear.
It's a nice layout.
Well, yeah, it allows you to do a lot of different things on that. So, Matt, what's going on in your world? Myself and LaLa, we're going to chat for maybe half an hour max and then kick it a day. Maybe we'll do this on a weekly thing. We just hang out. When she
Okay,
has,
so you just had a hiccup. What did you have for lunch or breakfast?
I have, this is what my breakfast has been. So,
Ah,
what is this? Now, uh, Dr. Foley GPT, what is this? You should know what this is. What is this, Dr. Foley? Because she told me you should be drinking this when you're on the show because you're hanging out. And by the way, Dr. Foley GPT was the creator of the logo that you see.
I love it. It's really great. Is it coconut water?
No, come on, Dr.
Oh,
Foley. Okay, hold on a second. Oh, hold on a second. Matt Duffy, nothing much. Just producing a new show for this. What show are you? Hold on a second, Mr. Duffy. What kind of show are you producing? I am curious now. I didn't know you do show production. Do you do online show production? Do you do traditional media? This is one of the reasons why I'm glad I'm doing this because I'm finding out some of you guys. Because most of the time you're just commenting about the subjects we share with you, but now I'm finding out about y'all.
yeah.
I'm confused. I'm
It's a
curious.
two-way street.
I'm very curious. Okay, Dr. Foley says,
Ginger lemonade. Oh, that sounds wonderful.
I am so hooked on this drink. I'm so
Okay, so
and
you
so
gotta share the recipe.
all right. I can share it verbally and actually our producer's gonna be mad at me because I'm supposed to send him a link to produce it because I've been trying different recipes. Okay, do you want the story? Do you want the recipe or do you want both?
Both.
Okay. I was at By Black's Black Restaurant We kick off about a month ago. So there was about 15 different restaurateurs there. The food was massive. The food was massive. And at
Mm.
the end of the night, I was saying, you know what? Oh, I'm gonna buy something. And there was a vendor there that had ginger lemonade. I said, okay. No, they actually everyone had samples. Everyone had samples. And at the end of the evening, I said, okay, let me just try this ginger lemonade. Tasted really good. So I said, okay, so they said they had 5 bottles like this for $30. I said, you know what? I'm going to support black business. Got home, and I should have looked at the sugar content was like 26%.
Ooh, that's high.
Yeah. Yeah. So I said, no. I said, you know, this sounds pretty simple because all this really is water, ginger, sugar. And I said, all right, went online, YouTube University, and there were like several different recipes there. So I tried them out. The one that I'm stuck on right now is you grate ginger, whatever you feel is appropriate amount, into a blender.
Yeah,
You take 3 lemons, have them in
yeah,
juice them, 3.5 to 4 cups of cold water. uh, to a tablespoon is bigger than a teaspoon, right? I just want to make sure.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
and I put 2 tablespoons of honey, put in the blender. I do 2 high speeds of about 60 seconds each for 2 minutes.
yeah.
And I use
And that's it.
that's it. when I first was doing it, I was putting the slices of ginger in a blender, but it didn't chop it up fine enough. So that's why I grate it,
Right.
and it does it
Yeah.
better. And if you still want to, you can, when you finish using it in the blender, you can pour it through a strainer. And if you want to get rid of the, but it's not that bad. And I just shake it up before I drink. It's my go-to drink.
Sounds yummy.
Water and
Sounds
this are
like
gonna be,
that's what I'm gonna be making today.
yeah, yeah, it's wonderful. So I'm making trips to at least twice a week to the grocery store to buy bags of lemon, and I'm making sure my honey is in full production, and ginger, and that's going to be my
So simple.
go-to drink for the summer. That and water.
Yep. Yep. I got to get more liquids in. It's a struggle for me. Struggle. Like I don't like plain water at all. I never have. So I struggle with that. So I'm always trying to find something to get that liquid in.
Yes, yeah. So yeah. So
But
that's been
26% sugar on the original.
like,
Woo!
if I was really crazy, I would take myself off camera and show you. It's the bottle's only about this big, and it's
Wow.
26% sugar. I said, no wonder some of our people are dying early.
Diabetic. Diabetic. But that is a problem in our communities. We tend to put way too much sugar in everything.
Yeah. So I just, but and I just so yeah. At least every second. So this morning I made sure I made a batch around 8 o'clock. So made sure I had enough, and so it made 1.5 bottles of this. Got a bottle.
Oh, nice. That's a nice size.
Yeah. So this is a 1 liter bottle from Energy Shack Juice Bar, one of my sponsors, and we roll with it. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
That sounds yummy.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. So are you going? Are you touring this summer?
We're thinking about it. It probably toward April, not April, August. I would get those A's mixed up. We're looking at some places to do because last year we had such a huge little tour, and it was wonderful. It was my first time ever setting foot in Africa. We had a good time in Morocco, but we went during Ramadan. And so that was kind of
Oh,
tough
yeah.
because we didn't really get to see anything. We went to Casablanca, everything was closed. But then again, it was also a blessing too because there was nobody there. So we just got to like just hang out and walk around and just get the vibe. But I would actually like to go where I can taste the food, things like that.
Nice. A lot of people don't know. So a lot of people may not know about LaLa and
Mhm.
Will what they're singing. How did that all begin?
It began in 1984. We met at in high school at the Youth Performing Arts School in Louisville, Kentucky. And you had to audition to get into the school. He was in theater and music, and I was in vocal. And so we met there. We were really good friends, and then we started dating when we were 19. Got married when we were 23, and
Wow.
I've been singing with him from the beginning.
What was do you remember the first live show you did together?
I did. It was actually in Denver. It was on his
What?
first album, Gypsy. And so I sang background for him, and we used to go to this place called the Soiled Dove, and it's still around.
Oh, I was gonna ask. I was gonna
Yeah,
ask.
it's still around, and there's history to that. The name is history to that, and it references the prostitution thing that went on in Denver during all the growing up and stuff. But the term, I love it, the soiled dove. But they always have good shows. They still do now. They have a lot of wonderful artists that go through there. But that was the first show that I was able to get on stage with him with.
Nice. Nice. Well, we're gonna put this platform to the test. So we are going to take a 30-second break. So I'm prepping my producer because I go, is he gonna do it? So we will be back in 30 seconds because we're gonna see the other place where you can see LaLa on this platform. So producer, take it away.
If the black dollar was not important, they wouldn't be doing these type of commercials to get your business back.
The same people who don't want gun checks, mental health checks, all for open carry, and when your kid gets shot in school, they offer thoughts and prayers. Make it make sense.
Y'all don't understand how our government works.
I think the lesson that we learned from that 4 years is how miserable people are. Their misery is contagious.
There we go.
Love it. We're so hot. And I had my onesie on.
Oh, jeez. Stop it. Stop it with the onesies.
I love them.
Stop
I
it
just
with-
got some summer ones coming.
Oh my gosh. Summer onesies? It's too hot for
It's
onesies.
so comfortable.
It's too
No, they're
hot.
shorts. They're shorts. They're
Onesie shorts.
short onesies.
Onesie shorts.
Yeah. So you don't burn up. But then again, I'm 55. I'm going through the mini and the pause. So I'm hot and cold all the time.
It's interesting. I'm hearing more and more about that topic.
You know why? Because our parents didn't talk to us about it. And now we're all hitting it and we're not afraid to talk about it.
Well, I get a chance to communicate with a lot of different women of a lot of different ages, but in your age group, and the reason why I say that is my mother raised me, said two things. You never discuss a lady's age and her weight. So I try to tread lightly in those areas. I hear more and more of those conversations. Actually, there's a lady who I communicate who is in her early 40s, is in premenopause.
Yes, it's getting earlier and earlier. And I really and truly feel, Dr. Vibe, that it's because of the food that we're eating. All these additives, all these additions in America, especially. I don't know about globally, but I know in America, we put all these extra food additives in there and it's all turning around and we're starting to see these things. So, and people like Holly Berry, she's being more outspoken about what she's going through. She had the same thing. She was confused about, nobody told her about it. And we should do our other younger women, let them know what they can experience. Dr. Vibe, it was one of the worst things I've ever gone through. When I was in perimenopause, I literally had to get up every night and change my sheets. I would have such horrible hot flashes that my bed would be soaked.
Wow. Matt, oh. So Matt Duffy has a comment here. He goes, it's called Hanging with Dr. Vibe, I think, Matt. So you want to produce this? Yes, I know. I know who I'm talking to, Matt. Matt's our producer, by the way. So he does say it seems like everything has modified cornstarch in it and it's terrible.
Yes, and traveling so much, I notice and I see the difference between what is acceptable in America and what is acceptable in the EU. So let's just give an example. Like you go into the grocery in America and you see these massive 3-pound chicken breasts. I ain't never seen no chicken, and I ain't never seen no chicken walk around with that heavy a breast. They cannot even walk when that breast is that heavy. Okay, so it's all the stuff that they're pumping them up with. A lot of those chickens can't even move. They have them in these farms. And then once it's done, they pump them up with additives. That is not allowed overseas in I don't know, I can say the EU, specifically Portugal. When you get chicken breast in Portugal, you get a normal sized chicken breast because it's a chicken. And not the big thighs and none of that stuff. And so there is a huge difference with what they're putting into our systems in America that are now manifesting to a lot of us who came up during the McDonald's age, that are now suffering with things that our previous predecessors did not.
Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Let's see if we got any more. Hey, so you are watching Hang with Dr. Vibe with myself and LaLa. And we're just having some fun here. And Matt's in. I love it. A producer, and he's also engaged. He says, my girlfriend lives by a chicken farm that treats their chickens nicely and doesn't industrialize them. The eggs she gets taste 100% better than the ones from the store. You and LaLa could relate because LaLa says did you grow up near a farm or on a farm or?
Yeah, I grew up in the country. We had chickens, we had ducks. And another thing, in Portugal, you don't buy your eggs in the refrigerated section. They are on the shelf. Now, and I can say, growing up, with my grandmother having all those chickens, when she went out and got the eggs, they stayed on the counter. It's because of what we do to those eggs and the processing that has to put them in the refrigerator. If you just go get them from the hen house, you do not have to put them in the refrigerator till you're ready to use them.
Mm, you know what? I haven't. I don't eat eggs.
You don't.
No, I. My nutritionist said stay away from them.
I don't mind eggs. I don't think there's too many things that I don't necessarily eat. Um, and I've lost 135 pounds. So if I really, the thing
Wow.
that I do not, and although I love it, is I love pasta, but I just don't eat that much of it anymore.
Got it. Got it. No, I don't. I don't. I can't do the last time I had pasta. Here's a like. Well, LaLa hasn't probably known me long enough, but there was a time I used to like this time of year, all year round. I used to barbecue all year round. My
Love it.
barbecue, my barbecue is dormant. I haven't cooked on my barbecue for at least a year, year and a half.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah,
done.
I love barbecuing. As a matter of fact, I just shared a recipe in my health group about doing chicken skewers on the grill.
Oh, I had some the other day, but I made them in the oven. But I had one day I had chicken. One day I had lamb skewers. But I always started off with a salad. That is something that is core for me. I always do the salad, at least one salad a day, minimum. Minimum salad is what do you call it? Baseline, baseline stuff. So that is good, man. That is good. I'm enjoying my ginger lemonade, as you can see.
I see. It looks good though.
It's so good. It
Sounds so
is,
refreshing.
yeah, and it's good for you. The vitamin C and from the lemon juice and with ginger, it's good. So, what's a question you have for Doctor Vibe today? You have a question for me?
I do. I want to know how you got into broadcasting because I know you from Periscope days.
Okay, if I and this is all right. I've said this story a number of times, and I'm never going to let it go. Many years ago, when I had hair, and there are pictures, so you got to qualify if you're going to for to see if you can see those. I Well, go a little further back. In university, I used to do college radio, which I absolutely loved. Loved it. And when I graduated, I said, Amen. I don't have to write essays or read stuff that I have no relationship with. I just said, man, and there is and because I'm using another computer, but I usually keep it on my other desk, there's a bookstore in Toronto called Burke's Bookstore. And
Mhm.
the husband and wife, amazing people, mentors Sam and Rita Burke, humble but beautiful souls. Would go there all the time. One day I went into their store and I saw this book on the shelf. Black Men, Obsolete, Single, and Dangerous, Stories of the African American Family in Transition. Written by Hakimat Habuti. I said, okay. So I pulled it off the shelf and read a chapter. I said, okay, I'm going to buy this book. I read the whole book in one night.
Oh, wow. It was that good.
Okay, so people are saying my audio is out of sync.
It is.
Okay, now that's interesting. We'll have to work on that. But hey, this is why we are fooling around with, and it's Hang with Dr. It's not an official Dr. Well, it is an official doctor, but we're we learn along the way. It's something, and here's a little suggestion for people: just get started. Right? You'll get it right along the way, and many of us are just figuring it out too. Getting back to the story, and I read the book, read the whole. I said, okay, some, and this were early. I said, okay, some way somehow, I want to take what I do at this college radio station and do it from my home. And I just did some research, and I said, okay, and I just started. All I had was a laptop, a microphone, and a dream. And we did, myself and the co-host at the time, we did our first show at my dining room table.
Oh, wow.
Had a white
Oh,
blue, a
wow.
white blue snowball microphone. I wish I had it with me, but that's all we had. And we started doing it. And about 6 months in, I said, you know what? I don't want the attention to be on me. I didn't, and this, I guess, imposter syndrome, they call it now. So we took a break. And I believe that many things have a death, resurrection, no, birth, death, and resurrection.
Yes.
A birth. And I said, okay, we came back. Okay, I don't want to be always interviewing, like being the main focus. And to be honest, people, this is not my, well, I think people say it's my strength zone. I rather have other people doing the sharing because I like the 80-20 thing. I like the people who are on the show to do the sharing, not me. And this is a little bit of a jump for me. So I'm being open. I don't like the word vulnerable because I hear it every other day, every second. This is a little bit of a jump for me. So this is why I'm doing it, because I said, okay. And okay, so how am I going to do this? So I used to go to dinner parties, put my microphone in the middle of the table, attach it to my laptop, and we just have conversations with people.
I love that. I did not know that about you.
Yeah. And I said, well, go to the people you know first to do the easy jump. And then I said, okay, kind of start going to people who I don't know. And at the time, well, he's still alive. There's a gentleman named Michael Williams, who was the first Black VJ on Much Music, which is Canada's version of MTV. Now, I said, hey, Mike, I want to interview you. He says, well, if you want to interview me, you got to come out to where I am. That was an hour drive.
Oh, wow.
I said to myself, what happens like 30 minutes into the drive? He calls and says he has to cancel. No, if he does that. If he does that.
Oh, okay. I was about to say,
All
oh
right.
my-
No. Okay. I said, all right, let me see and do some research online. How can you host shows from your home digitally? And I was doing some stuff, and then I went online. I put in websites or shows that help you with podcasting. First one that was there, guy had great SEO at the time. I thought, what is his name? Ray Ortega ran a show called The Podcaster Studio. Great. And Dr. Vibe, Dr. Vibe, I'm not afraid to ask people questions, even if I don't know them, because the quickest way you move ahead is by asking questions. You find out where
Right.
you can and where you want to go. Reached out to Ray. Within 24 hours, Ray changed my mindset totally about doing, I don't like calling podcasting, I call it a show, because the work I do for this, it's hard work, not hard work, is a show. And he said, one of the things I'll never forget, he says, Dr. Vibe, your goal is when people think about Black Canadian males who do shows or who do conversations, you want them to think about you first. Never forgot about that. Turned my show around, and I said, well, Ray, I want to broadcast from my house all around the world. He said, okay, here's a gentleman you got to get a hold of. There's a gentleman named Mike Phillips. At the time, he had about 20 plus years of audio engineering experience. Reached out to him, and I said, Mike, this is what I want to do. I want to broadcast or host conversations, not interviews, conversations from my house to anyone in the world. Said, Dr. Vibe, if you want to do this, you're going to need a mixer. I said, okay. I didn't question it because he had 20 plus years of audio engineering experience. I'm a firm believer if someone has one day more of experience, and we lost LaLa, that's okay. She should be back. So producer, when she comes back on, let's met. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
But
we
there we go.
lost Dr. Vibe. I was thoroughly into that story. I'm sure he'll be back,
Am I
everyone,
right?
real soon. But
Am I?
um,
You're not
it's
catching
really
me?
interesting how we all kind of fell into this broadcasting thing. It's fascinating to me because there's so many people who are actually afraid to put their selves in front of the camera, and Dr. Vibe is not, even though he says he doesn't like to be the center of attention. I can tell you that he does great hosting and producing. And I can tell you that I've been with him a couple of years now with, primetime Saturdays with Aisha and LaLa. And we love spending time with him. He really knows what he's doing, and he has great everyday shows. So it's something that definitely floats my boat, but I'm always very curious to know how other people got into broadcasting because there's so many that are afraid of just doing anything. There he is. He's back.
Okay. Now it's actually one of the things that it does say with this platform, like in our green room, digital green room, it says my reception is very low. So maybe that's the case. But okay, where did I leave off?
Mixer.
Yeah, he says you're gonna need a mixer. I said, Mike, the only mixers I know is when I go to the club or at a concert. So here's this old, non-melanated gentleman telling this black young guy who thought he knew everything, this stuff, but he had more experience. He had 20 years experience on top of me. So I shut up. I said, Mike, what mixer do I need? He told me. I went out and bought it, and we spent about 5 hours on Skype, which no longer exists anymore.
Oh,
On Skype,
yeah.
do it, and that's just then opened it up to the whole world. Then on top of that, there's another lady in the dream named Marie Roker Jones. Before masterminds were a really big thing, we were part of a mastermind group, and she said, Dr. Vibe, you should get your content on the Good Men Project. I go, what's that? And the Good Men Project is one of the most viewed sites in the world um, for men. They get 3 million unique visitors a month and 6 million page views a month. And I just reached out to them. I reached out to one of their editors at the time and just send him some stuff. And about 3 weeks later, he contacted me via Skype. He was sitting in a cafe in Thailand and said, we'd like to have your content on our platform.
Oh, wow.
Since then, my content has had a reach of over 3 million people a month. And that's going way back. So that's some of the early days of the Dr. Vibe show.
I love it. Now, see, everybody has
Okay.
something that lights their fire, right?
All right. So LaLa said, "Message just get started." Yes. As the other day, I shared with someone. I said, "Don't get good, get done." They loved that. They said, "I got."
I actually have a new affirmation that I've been working on. And the affirmation is, I don't need to feel ready. I just need to move and the spark will follow.
Woo! You got to talk that at the end of Saturday's show.
Yeah, I am working really, really hard with a book called The Artist's Way, and it's really been very enlightening for me.
You know what? And you're the second person in my, I don't like to say my community, I'd say in my environment that's book writing right now. My main mentor is writing a book right now.
Wow.
So you're another one. So Matt Duffy says, why doesn't Skype exist anymore? And LaLa says, Skype is gone, could not hold on. Well, you know what? Skype's days were numbered because a number of years ago it was bought by Microsoft.
Yep.
So Microsoft was not going to run Skype and Teams at the same time. So it was a
strategic move.
And
they planned that.
I still have the app on my computer. I wonder it will open, but it will say it's no longer in existence, and it will ask if you want to migrate to Microsoft Teams.
Wow. See, no, I had it too, but I just went ahead and deleted it when they said that they were going to go away. Why? Because I really do love Zoom. Zoom is my go-to platform.
I don't mind Zoom. The difficulty with Zoom with me is privacy issues, and
Yeah.
and also too that people have to download it on their computer.
Really? Because I
So
guess I've been
maybe
it for so
maybe
long.
not maybe not anymore, but I know for me. You have to download the app onto your computer. Now maybe that's changed. I don't know. I'm and for me, I'm a broadcaster. Zoom is not for me a great broadcasting platform.
I do a lot of recording, pre-recorded stuff on it, so that works for me because I don't do a lot of live. I'm working
Yeah.
on that, but actually, I'm trying to. And this is the double-edged sword. Everybody says, yeah, I know TikTok may be going away, but I'm still trying to dive into it. So I'm on a new challenge with that one this week. So I have to go live 7 days a week, and today
Wow.
will be day 4.
Wow. And everyone has their own race. I don't see myself, not saying never. I don't see myself going live on TikTok. I don't. I don't. Well, again, the audience I have is not TikTok people. Well, you know
Right,
what? You know what? Let me take that back. I haven't asked them if they're TikTok people. I'm making the assumption that they're not TikTok people. I should ask
right.
them if so. The next time I'm doing a morning vibe and it's open, I'm gonna just ask that question. Hey, how many people here go on TikTok? I have a feeling a large number. I'm a YouTube guy though. The YouTube is my
Yeah,
jam.
I've had a YouTube channel for a very long time, but I really did not tap into it. So I'm kind of the two things that I'm tapping into is the TikTok and the YouTube.
Yeah. What about Instagram?
I've kind of lost my taste for Instagram and
Okay.
Facebook.
Okay. Well, one of the things I'm blessed with this summer because I have such great talent. Okay, before we go for Matt says, I think TikTok is good for pre-recorded stuff. TikTok Live has never been as interesting as streaming on Twitch or YouTube, but that's just me. Well,
Yeah,
I
I never
broadcast
been
all
to
the time
Twitch.
on. Now we're not broadcasting this on Twitch as of yet, but right now, as in the infancy of this show, I'm just broadcasting on YouTube because YouTube is the best platform right for me to do it on. But I will get to the Substack eventually too. Uh, yeah, I've never the TikTok thing. But as I was saying, because I have such a great talent working with me this summer, I will have content consistent on TikTok, Instagram, uh, X, believe it or not. Speaking of which, I spoke with you and Matt on Saturday about the app that I was supposed to get free access for. Got
What's that?
it. Got it.
Ah, cool.
And
Cool.
oh, and I didn't bring my iPad. So when we do our show on Saturday after show, I'll show you it. It is a beast of an app.
Wow. I'm actually excited because I geek out on stuff like that.
Well, speaking about geeking out, you saw the message I sent you in regards to Tanya and her summer course.
Yes, I actually saw that before you sent it to me.
Yeah,
I'm
hopefully,
thinking I might try.
yeah. And and she did a live last night, and she goes, "Oh, Doctor Vibe, forgive me." I go, I just in the comments, Tanya, no worries. You can relate to this. She actually had 3 close people to her pass away in the last month and a half.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So that's a
That's a lot.
lot. But I said when she's ready to come on, she'll come on and will be myself, hopefully LaLa, and hopefully Dr. Tachi. That is gonna be epic.
Oh, I'm
That
excited.
that like I'm just gonna and okay, age thing. Again, I'm gonna only go there for a few seconds. Can you believe I think she's in her early to mid 50s?
No,
Yes.
no.
Yes. She
I
meant
would have put her in her 30s.
yeah, I like she mentioned she was like last night when she did a live. She's in her early mid 50s. I go, you're playing. I'm like, you are playing me, girl. She don't look no mid 50s.
No, she does not.
But yeah, this is the thing. And for people who are watching live in the replay, collaboration. Yes, Tanya Smith, incredible video creator, wonderful. Once you hear the voice, I think you'll be done. But she's an incredible content creator, and she actually interviewed me for one of her upcoming series, and I said, "Would you like to come on the Dr. Vibe show?" And she said, "Yes." So you now, family, I could have said, "Oh, I just want it for myself." No, I told her that LaLa and Dr. Tachi, all things being right, are going to be joining me. So it's going to be a ladies first. I'm just going to be hanging out in the back, and they're gonna. I can't wait to see all three of them chop it up. I'm already laughing hilariously, but it's so when that show comes up, when you see it in the YouTube channel being promoted, family, try to make that. You got three powerhouse content creators. Powerhouse, and you add on Dr. Ty's experience as a media professor, and also knows about cameras to use, all that sort of stuff. Who's also running her own network with over almost 30,000 YouTube subscribers in 14 months. You got
Fabulous.
you got LaLa with her experience in content creation, and you got Ten, who's great in video creation and how to actually make sure you have some questions for Tanya about promoting your business. She's really good at that.
Oh, I'm going to be asking.
That's going to be a beast of a show.
It will. It
All
really
right.
will.
Anything else we want to chat about today? Because we're going to probably jump off in a minute. We're probably on a little bit later than I wanted us to be. And
Oh, that's all right. I enjoyed hanging out, but I know that this sounds cheesy, but I will tell people because skin cancer is actually on the rise in the Black community because most of our people feel like because they're melanated, they don't need to put sunscreen on. And we are talking about now it's summer and we love our summer vibes in the summer outside. Please take care of yourself by putting some sunscreen on because it's really important. Skin cancer is no joke. I've actually lost a friend over skin cancer that she didn't get checked. And it was because she always told me that she was melanated and she didn't need sunscreen.
not good. Not good. LaLa, I think hopefully you can do this periodically. I'd love to hang on. You know what? I'm gonna hit myself. I was thinking about also inviting Aisha.
Yes. She would love it.
Okay, what we're gonna do after Saturday's show, I'll say, hey, do you ladies have any time next week? We can jump on, just hang out for a bit, and just chat. And this is a great way also to use the platform. Some things before I leave. You see the QR code in the corner. If you scan it, it will take you to the Dr. Vibe Show YouTube channel where you'll see a whole pile of epic conversations from me. All right, producer, let's get to banners time. First one I want to show is promote. Okay, we'll do that one. Subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube and hit the notification button. Like the Dr. Vibe Show on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. When I talk about the YouTube, I want to hit 1,830 subscribers. Can you help me make that happen? Please and thank you. If you're up to it. To advertise your business product or service on the show, email me at dr.vibe at the dr.vibe.show. I want to also say join the Primetime Saturday Discord group. Aha, got to plug the ladies. Email me at dr.vibe at the dr.vibe.show.com and click on that link. Next time I'll multi-purpose some more and share it out with everybody, but we're in the growing stages. And Primetime Saturday, you saw the promo there. If you've been here live or on the replay, it's on 5 p.m. Saturdays, Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific. If you want to get a hold of LaLa, her website is at laurakey.net. All roads of LaLa lead there.
Yeah.
And then finally, you can catch me on my website, the drvibeshow.com, YouTube, Facebook, The Dr. Vibe Show, Instagram at the drvibeshow, X/Twitter. Yes, I'm gone back on there again at drvibeshow. You got the email address already. You can also catch me on Substack, which I've got to work on at drvibe.substack.com. youtube.com/subscribe. You can also periodically catch me on Blue Sky. Oh, what happened to Substack? What happened to it? There it is. There's a Substack. /subscribe. And there's Blue Sky, drvibe.bsky social. And then you can watch replays of this epic conversation. I guess eventually on all the different platforms. You can watch replays of Hanging with Dr. Vibe on the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Let's see if it's going to come up. It's not coming up. Oh, how come it's not coming up? Oh, there we go. It's on the scroll. All right. So I'll let it do that. So, second episode of this. As always, live your life as a dream. If you can dream, you can make it. Sometimes you have to get small to get stronger. Block assumptions. Aim bigger, aim better, aim higher, aim wider. Love, faith, and respect. Don't just manage your time, manage your energy. Remember to give yourself grace. And if you're not making money, make history. Try to do both. And then make it better. So I want to say thank you to LaLa. Thank you to Matthew. Thank you to Dr. Foley GPT. And you know what's crazy, LaLa?
What?
She was starting to work on your stuff after you left.
Oh, wow. I just love it. I'm so excited to see what she's going to come up with.
Stuff's gonna be sooner rather than later. All right, so follow on the YouTube channel. There'll be more conversation. I have a feeling LaLa, myself, and maybe if she's around, Aisha, you'll see us every week on Hanging with Dr. Vibe. God bless. Peace, well, keep the faith walk good, and we'll see you soon. Wow.
Yep.
I feel like I'm in class with Dr. Alicia. That's a class I wouldn't skip. There's some other ones I'd like to skip, but I'm glad I'm not skipping this class tonight. So I'm hoping you're catching this live, but if not, certainly catch it on the replay because this is good stuff that Joe is laying down here. Get ready. When I saw this today, I said one word. Hi-ya!
Did you really?
No, I felt like it's an incredible document that I'm going to suggest that you take and use as a lecture piece wherever you want to go.